start this off differently by asking everyone what their biggest video was, their biggest hit. So my biggest hit was I got into a tub of Diet Coke wearing a Mentos bikini and nothing happened but my butt on the internet. Okay, so, and introduce your channel and tell me your biggest video to date.
Alright, my channel is Natalie Augustin, and it's pretty much my life. Ever since 2013, I was diagnosed with breast cancer at 24 years old. So that was a huge shock to me. I've always loved vlogging and video making and all of that, even before YouTube. So it was just a reflex for me to pull out the camera upon diagnosis, and I recorded everything from chemotherapy, my surgery, radiation. So to answer your question, my biggest video, the one I got the most hits, is when I took the habit to record my hair growth from when I was bald, completely, no eyelashes, no eyebrows. And then I finished chemotherapy. I was super happy and proud. So every Monday, because my chemos are scheduled on Mondays, called it #Chemo Mondays. And every Monday after that, I took the habit to film myself. So then you see my weekly hair growth and the transition, and you see my smile grow along with my hair. And that really inspired a lot of people, because when you get a cancer diagnosis and you lose your hair, and it's temporary to everyone else, but you don't feel like it's temporary, you think this is it. So for them to watch that video, people have told me they watch that video over and over again because it reminded them that their hair is going to go back to when they're going to beat cancer too. That was nice.
That's wonderful. That's very exciting. Yourself, Mr. Singer.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel, and my channel is just, my name is Daniel Cause, and what I do comedy vlogs with what I like to say a minor in Disney music. So I do like big Disney song mashups and stuff. I'm a huge Disney fan, so I decided to go to YouTube with it and share my love for Disney. But my biggest video is actually one of my Disney memories. It's like a mashup of I think 13 or 14 hit Disney songs from like 1989 to like 2013. But yeah, that's my biggest video, and that's what I do on YouTube.
Wonderful.
I'm one half of the Edgy Veg. My channel is vegan food that you actually want to eat. So it's vegan junk food and comfort food, a lot of deep fried stuff. And my #1 video, I think the top one right now, is our What I Eat Today video, where we kind of rolled out and showcased to the world the vegan Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Chick-fil-A, but not when they're being eaten. Vegan Chick-fil-A is infinitely better than the evil ones.
Vegan Chick-fil-A.
You were intolerant. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm the other half of the event. Same video.
My name is Jackie, or also known as Nerdy Crafter. My channel focuses on making crafts from geek culture, movies, video games, and all sorts. I've worked with Activision, Blizzard, Skylanders, so I have a lot of fun making, recreating fandoms. One of my biggest videos is making Baby Groot. So it's really cute. He looks like he's dancing, but he doesn't actually physically dance, but he does physically dance.
Hi, I'm Marlene. My channel is Natural Confections, and it's teaching how to decorate cakes, cookies, and cookies.
So,
My top video was a Barbie cake.
wonderful. Barbie's big on YouTube. So are superheroes. I don't know if you guys have seen that lately. The biggest channel with the biggest growth is all those weird superhero in real life movies. So why did you get started on YouTube?
On my YouTube channel was actually my audition for the Much Music DJ search. They asked you to upload a YouTube video, and I didn't have a YouTube channel, so I was forced to create one. And I studied in communications at university, so being on camera, I wanted to initially be a reporter, VJ. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So that was my first video. It was actually 3 months before being diagnosed with cancer. So it was always something I loved. And then suddenly I got the cancer diagnosis, and it just became like a reflex. It was my therapy to film what was going on. And then suddenly when I realized that it was helping other people because people who were going through it wanted to find somebody to relate to and I became that person, that was the reason why I continued.
If anything, you're doing something I think even more poignant because you're inspiring other people and helping them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, I think
and
that
their
was my
diagnoses.
big epiphany. It wasn't, I knew we all were trying to discover what we want to do. I knew I was good at communicating, I knew I was good at being on camera, but then you always think why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? And I think that's the best advice I can give you is to find out why you want to do what you want to do and why you're doing what you do. And I think the moment that I realized that I was helping other people and that I was inspiring them, that's when I found my purpose.
Wonderful. Thank you. You don't have to clap after every answer, but that was worthy of a clap. It was more than a golf clap. Daniel. Prince Ali, happy to see you, Mr. Singer.
So, I actually started YouTube out of boredom. That is the real reason of why I started YouTube. So I'm an actor and a performer, and it was a summer when it was really slow for auditions, and I was like, I want to be creative a lot more than once every 3 weeks. And YouTube was a way for me to be creative on a weekly basis and have full control of what I want to put out there in the world and how I want to choose to be creative. Because being in traditional media with acting, you don't really get to choose exactly what you're going to be able to work on. If you get the audition, if you book the job, that's great. And there's not a lot of jobs that really come your way, so you don't really have a choice, and you can't really change the script or anything. So this gives me a chance to make content that I want to create and be creative and yeah, and still sing, because I got into the performing world by singing in musical theater. So this actually kind of brought me back to those roots now, and started singing a lot more. And yeah, it's just my way to entertain and be creative. Yeah.
Wonderful. Candace.
Well, I actually, before YouTube, had a blog. And I started a blog because I had gone vegan at Florida. And I moved to Toronto from Kingston, and I didn't know anybody, and I didn't have any friends, and kind of was like, I need a challenge, I need something to like occupy myself with until I find a job. So I was like, I'm gonna go vegan just for the hell of it. And the blog was successful, and I had a lot of people saying, oh, you should start a YouTube channel, you should start a YouTube channel, and it did. And it was to fill this void in the vegan space for comfort foods, familiar foods, junk foods. Everything was like a spiralized zucchini pasta salad with quinoa. And to like keep up with that lifestyle and being vegan, I wanted chocolate and I wanted burgers and I wanted hot dogs. And if I didn't get it, I was like going to keep up with the lifestyle at the time. So I had to fill that void of like making the food that I wanted, and apparently other people wanted it too. It's doing pretty well.
Very good. You guys are all really strong in your niche, basically, is what we're starting to get from this. Back to what Ash said, you have to focus. Pick your strength, pick your truth, and focus on it. James?
Yeah, so I guess I got into YouTube because Candace was already making videos. But at the time, her channel was still pretty small, the blog was still fairly small. And she had a full-time job as well. And we said, okay, this is going to be, if you really want to be successful with this, and as I was saying earlier, sort of be able to persist and make the kind of quality that is going to be meaningful to people who are watching this, then we have to do this a little bit more thoughtful. We have to take the time to really content plan, to be able to really put the quality in, to think through everything, to do all the SEO, because running a successful YouTube channel really is like running a business. And so we thought, okay, first of all, it's going to take more than just you while you're working.
You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, and so I still work full-time, but Candace does this full-time. And even with that, it still puts a lot of pressure on us. So yeah, we just started putting it together, and it really took both of us to spend quite a lot of time and figure out how to make the kind of quality that people will really enjoy.
The reason I started my channel was not very noble. It's because I had entered a contest for a really cute pin of a parrot, and I didn't win. I was like, why can't I win? Let me buy one. $50. Why was it $50? So I wasn't very pleased with how I couldn't have that cute little pin. So I kept researching how was this pin made, or what is it made of, and then I found that it was made with clay. And I just kept looking at a picture and reproducing made it for myself. And then I was like, wouldn't it be cool if people learn how to make things as well? I never, of course, produce that for other people because it's a person's business. But I started making tutorials for people to learn how to make stuff so they don't have to pay $50 on a pin, but instead pay $50 on the craft materials.
Were you very early on the DIY scene? Like you were one of the first, I think.
No, there were actually much bigger channels out there. I mean, we have So Craftastic. There's a huge channel, Tony Ellison. I don't know if any of you are into crafting. But I would say that probably one of the bigger ones, but not too as big as the one.
Marlon.
Well, I do it alone. I film alone, that's why I'm usually not on camera. Camera is positioned above, I'm working, I'm teaching them how to do an actual thing, so they want to see my hands more than my face. I edit alone, I do all the social networking. I don't have another job, it's everything. And I started because I was selling my cakes and cookies and poster stuff to get more orders. And it's not just people buying cakes, it's people who are also making cakes, kind of looking at what you're making, trying to figure out how you did it so that they can sell what you're making. So they asked, and so I made one video, and it got 10,000 views. I said, oh, I'll make another one. So how it happened.
So now we're going to move on to tips, because everybody I think here wants to build their channels. What is your one biggest tip to make a successful YouTube channel that you can impart this wisdom to the room?
Honestly, I think for one, what prevented me from posting before, like I told you, I wanted to be an industrial DJ, I wanted to be a reporter, but why didn't I do that before? I was shy, I was nervous. I think the best thing to do is for one, just do it. Just start. And I got to do it when I absolutely lost all my hair, my body changed, I didn't look anything like I did right now or before. And then suddenly I didn't know where life was taking me, so I just had no more excuses. I just did it. And my videos were just regular vlogs of me holding my phone up like this and talking. And then I would post consistently. I had time then because I wasn't working, because I was on sick leave. So time is precious too. So my biggest advice is just keep uploading. Consistency and be yourself. Don't be scared, don't be shy, don't say, oh no, I don't like how my hair looks in that video, I can't post it. No, just be yourself and keep up.
Also, I think one of the biggest things is creating content that you really enjoy, that you believe in. It's one thing to create audience just for your audience, but it has to be also for yourself too. And you have to really enjoy it, because if you want to make this a full-time thing, then you're going to be doing that every week. And you don't want to be stuck doing something that you hate doing, because you can go do that on a regular 9 to 5. So, yeah, just do what you really love, and consistency is key. Yeah.
Well, to build on your point, when I started my channel, I was making cooking videos how everybody else was making cooking videos. So the content, the subject matter itself was different, but the formula was the same. And I would watch these, I would edit these videos, and I would watch them, and I was bored of myself. So I kind of was like, okay, well, what is it that's like, I didn't like cooking shows before. Why am I making a cooking show? And I just turned on the camera and I just was myself. And I have this, I don't know if you've watched my show, but I have this like kind of weird, quirky, awkward personality. And I was really ashamed of it. And once it was captured on camera and edited properly, I was like, holy crap, like that's kind of funny. Like, who is this person? I didn't even know I could do that. So, I mean, to build on your point, I agree 100%. Make content that you actually enjoy watching. And also, don't try to replicate somebody else's content or their channel. Just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So be authentic, be your true self, and work hard, because this isn't an overnight success. It takes a lot of hard work, and keep at it.
To add to that as well, I'd say just get inspired, right? Like find ways to get inspired, find people who are doing things who are really cool, understand what the trends are there, and find people who are being really successful at things that are close to what you're doing, but don't just copy them. Make your own voice and get inspired by them to make, your own version of something that's really yours and that's going to be interesting for people. Because at the end of the day, this is entertainment, right?
This is absolutely wonderful advice. consistency is really number one. Also, making content that you enjoy is so important. It does get frustrating, I'm sure we've all been there, where we see a channel get millions of views, and the formula is very simple. If you're in the crafting community and you want millions of views, do anything unicorn and anything emoji. I swear, it will get you hundreds of thousands of views easily. But at the same time, you don't want to fall into this trap of constantly competing with someone else, because you are you. And it can get frustrating seeing, you know, I worked so hard and it's only getting, you know, this many views. And then sometimes you just post something and you're like, I don't have time, so let me just post something so I don't miss a couple of days. And you're like, what? All these views? So sometimes the formula is simple, unicorns and emojis, guaranteed. But other than that, it can get frustrating. It definitely can. But don't stop. It's so important to continue. And when you're on camera, you're with your friends. Because on TV it's different, right? You can't connect with people actors. But when you're on YouTube, you're a person. You're a human being. And people want to see you for who you are. That's one of the most important things.
That's excellent advice. Really excellent advice.
And to not get repetitive. It's all.
Poor Marlon, we'll let you answer first the next time.
No, but I just want to say, so you have your channel, you're really passionate about it, and you really want to do it, and then the network sends you an email, and they're going to make you, they're going to promise you the sun, the moon, and the stars, just sign right here. It's a lie. Sign nothing. Okay? Sign nothing. The networks are not doing any miracles for anybody. They're not.
I think it depends on the network, but
You know, no, but really honestly, if you have 2,000 subscribers, they're not going to turn into 100,000.
no, that's right.
That's not
It's
going to happen.
ultimately, the truth is that you are the power of YouTube.
So that's.
Yeah, yeah, you're good. Nicolas Cage, when are you starting a YouTube channel? Sorry. Microphone.
So on the end, since you brought up the MCN, we can talk about that briefly, but I think it's just important, especially for people who are kind of just starting out or kind of getting at that point where maybe MCNs are contacting them and telling them that you know, they're promising them the world. Be very careful, because for the most part, I don't want to generalize, and there are MCNs in the room, but for the most part, they're really not going to do a lot for you until you get to a certain level where you know already that you really have the power to negotiate with them. So just be careful. Read the contract before you sign anything like that, and remember that, you know, ultimately it's going to be up to you to create your channel.
They're going to work for you when you're doing more for them.
It's like any contract, right? It's just you have to negotiate from a position of power, and probably when you have 100 subscribers, you're not really negotiating from a position of power, right? Okay, so what has been your biggest challenge on YouTube thus far?
Staying motivated. I mean, you're alone in my case in my basement. I mean, it's really, it's like, oh, I got.
She's like a gothic cookie maker.
No, it's like, it's really hard. So I created my own network, if you will. I contacted a bunch of channels to do what I do, and we support each other, and we collaborate on I'd say every 2 weeks, sometimes every week. And you're emailing so that you get, you know, we have deadlines, and so if somebody's waiting on you, you know, at least you're creating some sort of like responsibility to other people. So I find that's really helpful, because if you're all alone, it's like nobody else, you know, what's on TV or whatever, you know, you get distracted and it's tough.
But you make excellent cookies. You really do beautiful work. You did Lady Gaga's cookies.
That was actually before YouTube. I did her birthday cake
Yeah.
before she was
I haven't done
anywhere.
Lady Gaga's cookies. Continue. Yes, it's before YouTube. Wonderful. So biggest challenge on YouTube for you, aside from unicorns and emojis and EOS lip balm?
I would say part of the bigger challenge also is balance. Learning to balance life and YouTube, because I do have a full-time job, even though I could technically start living off of my channel, but I do really love my job. I am a teacher, and I would never stop teaching, and I absolutely love it. And so the balance of working full-time and being on YouTube full-time, sometimes make work. hour, but each video takes me, I would say, between 8 hours to 2 days, depending on the medium I'm working with. So definitely about 2 days. But again, another thing is, I know it's going to come up all the time. Be yourself. That's what people want, and you have to know that even if unicorns and emojis are great, being yourself is better. It will pay in the long run. I swear, guys. In the long run, just pay with the horse the hair. That's what you have to figure out.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, I would say balance too, and just making sure that you're balancing both the quality of your videos and being engaging and interesting to your audience, and also being consistent. Because I think really about part of YouTube is being consistent and having your audience know that they come back on Monday or Tuesday or whatever it is and have really interesting content. If you want to build that big subscriber base, you do have to be consistent.
I mean, the biggest challenge for me is trying not to take things personally in the comment section is war zone. And if you don't put on that armor every day, you're going to get eaten alive. And for me, a lot of it, it's not even necessarily negative comments. As a woman, you get, you wear too much makeup, you don't wear enough makeup, you're too skinny, you're too fat. You get that all the time. But for me, it wasn't so much that I was taking personally, but trying to keep everybody happy. So, you get people that are like, this is a great recipe, or this recipe is shit. And it's just kind of being like, okay, don't listen to that one comment from that one guy that said that it was caca. Listen to the 500 other comments that are like, this is amazing, and I love it, and thank you for coming out every week. So that was probably my biggest struggle was, I'm a people pleaser. I like to keep everybody happy, and that comment section was a tough thing to kind of climb over.
One of my biggest challenges right now is I have a lot of my audience who come for my videos and memories, and doing those more than a couple times or like once every couple months, it's hard because there's a lot of work involved. So it's just trying to find the balance of still kind of pleasing that audience and giving them the content, but not giving them the full product. So kind of making it like a shell, what I would normally do. So that's been my biggest challenge right now, is just trying to find that balance between not doing like a fully produced medley or video that I can still do weekly. That's been my biggest challenge.
Yeah, I want you to sing. I started singing before just because I love that. Come on, man. I'm putting you on the spot. Oh, come on. I'll start singing. I'll force us to sing this out. We won't dance it out or dance off the stage. We'll sing off the stage. Biggest challenge. What's cancer being an amazing challenge that you overcame, right?
Yeah, well, let me be honest with you. I started my YouTube channel, but I would take the videos and I would embed it into my blog. So I didn't really consider myself as a YouTuber at first. And I would have my blog, Nally.ca, and a video and then an article. And I won't lie, I kind of looked at all your channels, I all of you, stalked you one by one, and I was like, damn, I don't have that many subscribers. I have some subscribers, but not as many as you guys. So I think my biggest challenge is right now. So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to me right now is because I am 100% cancer free. And for the past 3 years, I've been blogging about my cancer diagnosis. So then I'm just like, what now? And I want to continue to help people. But I'm still discovering myself, and I know I have this talent, and I know I would love to become a YouTuber and really continue uploading these videos, but I'm in that stage where I'm like, what do I talk about? So for one, content, and two, where do I find the time? Because I used to be on sick leave. I'm like, that was my silver lining. I had all the time in the world. And now I work full time, and then I'm torn between this awesome job that I do have. I actually work for Luke County Association for Children with Cancer, which is amazing. But now I'm like, I love YouTube, and I love vlogging, and I love being on camera, so how do I balance that? So my challenge right now is where do I find the time, and what do I talk about? But I'm going to do it. I don't care. You just need to sit down and figure it out, and that's what I'm going to do, and I think a lot of you here know that.
Okay, back to Marlon. Now we're going to talk business just a little bit briefly before we get towards the end, and I'm going to ask a question from the audience. Do you do any sponsored or brand deals, Marlon, and how does a YouTuber navigate that to make more money? Because AdSense pays like $1 per 1,000 views lately.
Yeah, well,
Not enough for Lady Gaga's cookies.
Well, there's Fitbit, these types of companies.
Fitbit hooks YouTubers up with
Yeah.
sponsorships, so does Relio, there's Grapevine as well, a bunch of them.
The social fabric or something, fabric. There's these types of places that you can contact, and then there's, you know, you do your own legwork, and you contact, you know, you use a certain thing in your video, you contact Wilton, you contact whoever, and then there's, in my case, Amazon. That does generate money because I'm posting the links for all the things that I'm using in the video, so that's added revenue. The others are kind of like easy, painful, you know, your channel, because it has a lot of products, you have to get variety.
Yeah, so I don't know how many of you have opened up accounts on Facebook, but I think the threshold now is 5,000 subscribers. It used to be 1,000, but they every day post new products, and you just send pitches to the companies. And okay, you know, I want to make a video top 10 best bubble baths, and you know.
And there's Patreon.
And there's yes, and of course,
Patreon's
for sure,
awesome.
Patreon.
I mean, Patreon is fantastic.
Turning your fans into clients, essentially, that support you, or patrons.
The viewers, because I had tried to do paid content on YouTube when they launched it, and boy, did they hate that. Boy, they were mad at me.
You can charge rentals on YouTube. I don't know if anybody knows this, but you can enable rentals. I did it recently for a documentary that I charged for people, and it was successful in my case because I was offering something different, but it was that I had already uploaded a trailer, and so they were prepared for it. But it is an option to monetize your content, so you're not just dependent on AdSense.
Well, then I put that content on Patreon, and then they were.
Okay.
For my content, it can touch a little bit of everything because I do crafting and heat culture at the same time. One of the biggest things I can tell you is reach out. Don't be scared. What's the worst thing? Just no reply. That's the worst thing that can happen. Someone won't reply back. And for me, the first companies that I started approaching were crafting companies, so craft materials, and then to the point where I got so ballsy that I went and asked the company that actually produces the polymer glass. So all my crafting.
Always be pitched. You have to pitch. The world is not going to come to you. There's this misconception that your success is handed to you or that clients are handed to you. No, you have to make those business calls. Write those emails. I write press emails, 50 press emails to get one feature. It's just so it's the same thing for chasing the money.
What you love is what you will be able to connect with. And if people see this passion in you, they will want to associate with you because you're passionate about what you do and they want their product to be portrayed in that way. And yeah, so hopefully it's done. I even got an email from Michael, the craft store. So I'm going to probably be working with them eventually. I worked with, one of the biggest things was when Activision contacted me, I was like, senpai noticed. So it was like the greatest thing in the universe. And now I'm just waiting for my biggest senpai, which hopefully one day I can work with Nintendo, which would be the biggest dream come true. But we'll see. I mean, I haven't contacted them yet because I haven't gone that long. It's just one step at a time, but I'm hoping maybe one day I will. Don't be scared. The worst thing that can happen is just a no. Or just no reply. But not taking that one step, you'll never know. And that's the biggest thing.
So I guess for us, we do recipe and lifestyle videos, but content as well. So we have a blog that also helps speed the viewership on our channel. So that blog has really helped us out a lot, help us get out there, but also the affiliate links and all the rest of it. So if you have the opportunity to have a blog that can help feed the traffic and your audience as well, make sure that you monetize it. A lot of people forget to do that. It's something that we didn't have when we were first starting. So I would say definitely do that, but the brand, reaching out to the brands is really going to be the big thing, especially if we're small. I mean, we now have the luxury in that we're working with an MCN who does really help us out because we're, I guess, big enough now. But that wasn't the way it was for a very long time. And even then, we still have to reach out to brands.
Yeah, and I mean, at first when we started, it was long nights of emails, and then when you finally get that partner that you want to work with. So for us, it was an MCN. It was me writing a very, very ballsy ballsy email to an MCN going, hey, you know, I've done this twice. I would like to try and do it again, but here's what I'm not going to do for you, and here's what I'm not going to put up with. But if you can give me this, 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 and this, then I will partner with you. And we looked at a lot of different MCNs to work with, and we finally landed one that does a lot of great things for us. So have the integrity in yourself and stand up for yourself, and don't take $200 for like a little product placement or free product. Like, really look at what your videos cost you to produce and have the balls to stand up for yourself and say, you know what, I'm worth more than that, and somebody else will pay the amount of money that I'm asking for.
After saying we're never going to work with the network again.
So there you go. We proved ourselves wrong.
They're with Kin, right? Is that your network? So Kin is part of Chorus Entertainment in Canada.
So I actually have never done a brand deal. I have been approached by companies. Yeah.
Ariel didn't call you up?
No.
Why don't you feature my fork?
The Walt Disney Company still hasn't called me now. But like when I have been approached by brands with me, I want to be able to kind of talk about products and promote products that I actually believe in. And I'm not going to do a brand deal that I don't believe in. And just like you were saying, like value yourself. I find that sometimes you get approached by brands, but their budget is so small, it's not really worth it for you to do that brand deal. And then they have all these contingencies that you can't work with other similar brands. So then you just try to find the right brands to work with. And now it's like we were talking about, I'm reaching out to more companies, just trying to find that right fit for my channel. And yeah.
So two really quick things. There's Social Blue Book, which you guys can use as a resource that kind of gives you a ballpark of how much your videos is worth. It doesn't include production costs, however. And the ballpark I've been given is you can charge between 10 cents per view up to super high production quality, $1.25 per view. So do the math. Don't undervalue yourself.
And just to jump in there too, not every brand deal is a good idea. Your views and your viewers and your fans can see right through you. So like Dan said, don't talk about a product that you wouldn't actually use, and that isn't good because they will go out and buy it. And if you said, this watch is amazing, and they get it and it falls apart the first week and a half that you have it, they're going to say, I'm never going to trust what you have to say again. So be very careful.
I use 50 all the time.
Yeah, I actually get approached a lot by people who want me to be ambassador for their products, or a lot of juicing companies try to come to me, and it's hard to decide sometimes because I feel like it's not just about me anymore. It's about my readers and my viewers, and I want to make sure that what I can offer them and what I'm promoting to them is stuff that actually works. So I always get approached by natural creams and all that stuff because they know that the people who follow me are all people who are either looking for a quick fix or healthy things or that cure or something. So I always get these my inboxes is filled with them. So me too, it's difficult because now it's not just about me. It's about these thousands of people who depend on me or sometimes look up to me for sometimes a cure or a quick fix or something. So that's difficult. But what I do get a lot too is speaking engagements. Really awesome. A lot of people invite me for speeches and panels and conferences. And one thing that I'm learning right now, which is pretty cool because just recently I got paid to do my first speaking engagement. Congratulations. Thank you. Because that's really hard to do. A lot of people invite you to come speak and you never know how do you price yourself? How do you put a price on your, a lot of YouTubers, your brand is your YouTube channel is your name. So how do you put a price on your hours that you spend writing the speech and just performing it? So that's always really difficult. But I realize that you can, as long as you value, your time is valuable. And you can charge for your stock. And it's a possibility, and I did it, and I think it's a really good opportunity.
How much you're worth. Talk to other people who are around the same level as you in the same, vertical area of expertise that you're in. Find out what that is, because if you undervalue yourself, you undervalue everybody else in here and in the community. And that's a real problem, I think, for everybody, is that the other YouTuber who's undervaluing themselves is really producing the ratings and charging. And there is a lot of money that's coming into this digital space right now, and so you're worth a lot. And so do not undervalue yourself, because it really impacts on everybody else.
Screws with everybody else.
Yeah,
The amount of times I've had friends that are like, oh, well, so-and-so will take, $500 and you're charging $5,000. It's like, well, you know what? Look at the context. I value my content and how well it's produced and how we market it at that rate. So you have to learn how to sit down.
And some clients are just not worth having, quite frankly. Right?
True, because clients sometimes can be very
Well, there's always actually, it's not that easy to work with clients. We won't get into that right now, but people also think it's always frictionless the moment you integrate a product into a video, and it's not. There's a lot of back and forth concessions that are made, and it's perhaps not as creatively freeing sometimes as when we do our own work. I think as YouTubers, we talk a lot about the creative aspects of this, the social aspects of this. We don't talk enough about business, like you said. So I encourage everyone afterwards to talk business, make those deals, right?
Well, I work with also Loot Crate and Box, and Loot Crate is great. They trust me. They'll content, no issues whatsoever. So Box every month, they're like, what's the link? What's the link? What's the link? And I do put the video out there every month, but they're very stressful to work with. So make sure that it's worth your time, because they do give money based on how many people click on the link. And of course, be transparent with your subscribers. People don't like thinking, oh, if I click this link, this person's going to get. Tell them, yes, I am sponsored. Yes, if you click this link, you are helping me, continue this partnership. Be completely transparent with your subscribers. They absolutely appreciate it. So don't keep any of that hidden for sure.
Wonderful. So speaking of subscribers, do I have any final audience questions?
Hey, so you guys have all built these brands of yours, like for yourselves, and people have this image of you. And YouTube is a very controlled environment. You can put out the best version of that image. Now, my question to you is, with the jobs that you have and all this extra other stuff on the side, do you feel any pressure to do like Snapchat or even Periscope? Because YouTube is a drastically different beast than live TV, and that's probably why you're doing it as well. So is there any push, is there a draw, or do you just want to leave it alone?
We'll start with you.
For me personally, I had a hard time with Snapchat when it became really popular. I was like, oh, this is like vlogging. This is so like, I sit at home in my condo and like cook all day. This isn't interesting. I'm in my pajamas and my hair is always dirty. Like, this is not glamorous. Nobody wants to see this. And then I realized that for me, I don't put like daily vlogs or weekly vlogs on my channel. But Snapchat is like a really interesting way for my viewers to then get that kind of like inside scoop that I'm not about to publish on my channel, because I have a recipe channel. It wouldn't make sense to do very intimate and share intimate moments. So for me now, that's what it's become. It's become a way for me to like vlog and connect with my subscribers, and a way for them to send me a video of a question that they have, and I can answer it right away. They don't have to wait for my monthly Q&A.
For me, I actually opened a second channel called Nerdy Jackie. So just to kind of extend into my subscribers getting to know me and my daily, not daily, I put maybe 1 or 2 videos out a week. And again, it's just something so that they can get to know me a little better. When I first started on YouTube, I always have a bad hair day. That's why I wear hats. That's the only reason, guys. I have really thin hair, so I use
Is that Charizard? What is that on your head? Is that Pepe, or is that Frog? Or?
This was actually made by one of my subscribers when I put the box. It was really cute.
What character is it? There's no character?
Pokemon. There we go.
Okay. I'm old.
But yeah, on my vlog, I am without a hat. So a lot of my subscribers sometimes on my main channel is like, why do you always wear the hat? Take off the hat. It's like, so like, take it off. So I just take my hat off. It's
That's what happens on Snapchat. That's what happens on my Snapchat.
so your hat.
Really, I just can't. I don't know, that whole, they want to have this relationship relationship or something, and I can't have this relationship.
I love you, Marlon.
No, they want to have this relationship like we're friends, and I have a problem with that. I just can't do it.
No, but you're a very talented artist, and everybody has their different levels of comfort, to answer your question, right? Some of us are more open and take off our hats, and others of us are more private and create beautiful artwork, and it works for you, right? Just like you found your perfect Patreon strategy. Instead of charging rentals, you can then offer those as perks to your patrons. So there's many ways to skin a poor, sorry, vegan. Daniel.
Just like Candace, yeah, I kind of treat Snapchat now as like a daily vlog and a way to connect with my viewers on a daily and like hourly basis, so they can see what I'm doing 24 hours a day, not 24 hours a day, when I choose to Snapchat. But it's a lot more than what they see on YouTube. But now I've also started to live stream now every week through YouTube, because I figured my audience is there, so why should I go to another platform to go stream and build a new audience when I have the audience there? And again, it's just a time for them to kind of connect with me, ask me questions, and learn about me. We can chat, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it really complements the whole YouTubing thing. It really gives an opportunity for people to get to know the real you, as YouTubing, whether you like to say that it's super raw, it's really edited too. So live streaming also gives you the opportunity to communicate with your viewers. I did a live Q&A, and that was really good. My purpose, again, all I want to do is help, and Q&As give you the opportunity to really just answer people's questions right off the bat. They get to connect with you directly.
Yeah, I just don't overextend yourself, because it's very easy to creatively exhaust yourself and put out content on too many platforms. So pick your platforms and focus on those. It took me a while to get to Snapchat, but I find that I have my most engaged fans via Snapchat. Now I do Snapchat shoutouts at the end of some of my videos, and now those people they're very much, they have my back. So it's worth it for me. So thank you everyone for being here tonight. It's been wonderful.
Life has been a series of doors in my face. And suddenly I walked in.
I'm thinking the same thing, because like I've been searching my whole life to find my own place. And maybe it's the party talking, or the chocolate fondue.
But with you,
like my
I feel your face. And it's nothing like I've ever done before.